Welcome back, everybody. Derek Sue, your East Oakland advocate. Well, have you been hit with allergies? Man, last week it was horrible for me. In fact, um, my throat swelled up so that I could hardly talk. So that's why I did very little last week and over the weekend because ragweed is in bloom right now. And what ragweed is, it's the common, really tall, about 3 foot tall weed, and it has yellow flowers on it. And so that's in bloom right now. It's pollinating all over the neighborhood. In fact, I was glad to see City of Oakland actually mowing an entire area out of that ragweed. And I've had a lot of history with allergies growing up. Uh, when my parents bought their home in the Oakland Hills on Buenaventura, there was a pine tree literally right outside my bedroom. And over the years, I developed a really strong allergy to the pollen at certain times of the year because when that tree pollinates, it just covers the neighborhood in yellow pollen. And my bedroom window was literally about 12 feet away from this tree. And then the pollen coming down, coming into the home, my bed, close to the window there. So all throughout my childhood, I was on medications for uh, um, those allergies. And probably the one that I remember the most is chlortrimeton. And so I had that for a very long time, going back to the 70s. And um, back then, the pollen would cause my eyes to really turn red and be really itchy. My nose was constantly running, and my breathing passage would kind of swell up a little bit, from uh, uh, all the pollen in the air. And so after I moved out of my parents' home, I had very few problems. I actually had uh, far less allergies because I didn't live underneath and in direct contact with that pine tree and pine pollen twice a year. And so it became ragweed. And over the years, I just didn't have weeds in my yard, especially ragweed. And ragweed is a common weed here in the Bay Area. You'll see it in practically every abandoned lot. It grows about 3 feet tall at its peak, and it has massive amounts of yellow color flowers. And uh, the leaves look kind of like crabgrass, and so uh, they're long and they're kind of narrow, but not really narrow. But you'll know it. It's very distinctive, and also when you cut the stalks, whack it with a stick or a knife or something, and cut it, it bleeds a white milky substance, and so that's ragweed. It's great for the butterflies that we have here in the Bay Area. So I I have nothing against the butterflies, but that ragweed. We don't get the butterflies here. It's just very common weed. And then by let's see, towards the end of next month, uh, end of 4th of July or end of July, that ragweed is going to be very dry and is going to cause a fire hazard. And then that's when we move into the late summer, early fall months, and that's the fire danger where ragweed, if not cut back, can be a very, very flammable fuel in the Oakland Hills and anywhere where it's allowed to get a foothold and grow. So anyway, it's been a miserable season. I took most of last week off, um, dealing with the inability to really talk, and so it wasn't fun, and having the nasal passages constantly draining. Um, then some of the days my ears were even congest or plugged, so that I had some equilibrium issues also. So thanks for joining me today. Hope you're not going through the hell on earth with allergies that I'm going through like last week. It's not as bad this week. And so this is the first time I've been able to do something in a little bit. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.